Alright, basically, we need school. He says we does not need school, but we do.
Well, no shit.
The math is we need that. Like,
We just need
say someone
basic
wanted to be a scientist.
Well, that's why they make a set. That's why they teach you up to basics, like basic math. If you don't want to learn more math, you're not going to go into a math career. That's why you jump into a different one. But if you want a career that teaches you math, you jump into that career, and that career will quickly teach you that more advanced stuff, and then they'll teach you the deeper advanced stuff that we are currently learning when we jump into it. Instead of just going through more advanced classes throughout high school. High school is supposed to teach you what you want to the generals.
But yes, I mean, the video said something about all the taxes, right? Honestly, yes, they should have told us the taxes. They should have told us the civil rights and all.
People attempt at what was it? What did they call it? That like 3 times a semester thing? Advisory.
Advisory. We don't need advisory.
That was the worst attempt I've ever seen to try and teach kids about financial bullshit.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
They actually did teach you about the jobs.
The job, sure.
It says how it doesn't teach you how to get a job, but honestly, they help you fill out an application. They said to bring in an application and do that. So honestly, school is a need, because if you do not get that diploma, how are you going to get into the certain degrees of what you need to be able to go into a certain
this was
career?
Like advanced school is for, like advanced school of maths, advanced school of science. Well, like advanced school of maths and science. Like they have, you know how they have like ITU for like advanced metalworking and car technology and stuff?
Yes, that's why we have shop.
That. Yeah.
That's why we have shop, which is also in school.
That's the basics of learning how to do it. But they shouldn't force you to go through math classes that you really don't need. To graduate high school, you have to finish Algebra 2. I already finished it, but I'm still going into more math because of the career I want.
Yes.
But a lot of people do not need to know the Pythagorean, I don't even know how to pronounce it. The Pythagorean
honestly, when it comes to
theorem.
math, all they really need is about Algebra 1, unless you're going into a further career. Then you should be allowed to choose that math if you please.
Basic Algebra 1 is what you should be taught up to. After that, you should not need to learn more shit than that. Well, maybe geometry too, more about shapes and stuff, but you really don't need to learn about shapes and stuff. You really need to know, just go on the internet.
I mean, the part where it's talking about how it should teach us about how to pay our bills and be able to take care of the taxes and getting a house or being able to pay all that mortgage.
That's what English class should be. Because you don't need to know how to write tons of different fucking essays.
No.
Or how to do this and how the grammar is perfectly. You know how to speak the language and you know how to say it right. That's all that really, really matters.
It's just those first years of the initial teaching of English.
The original years of English, of course.
That's all they need.
But like after English 8, they start just teaching you weird shit and make you write essays and paragraphs.
The essays are pointless. I mean,
it's pointless.
How often do you have to make an essay for anyone usually?
For apparently a college entrance exam. To explain your subject on like science.
But you don't need big words for that. Honestly, they want you have to have big words because they want you to sound smart. But really, if you say you know this, why don't they just give you a test?
That's what they try to do. You know, pre-test before you go into class and they give you the test. The first thing they do is give you a test on everything on the school year. If everybody knows a certain thing, they're just going to skip it.
But this is the college I meant, though. Like you were just saying, how about college?
Yeah.
But no, they when it comes to history, some of the stuff in the back in a long time we need to know, but we don't need to know how many slaves some person had.
Like George Washington had. Like, nobody gives a fuck.
Sure, if you want to go over a speech one day and be done, that's one day. If you want to pull out the civil rights, pull out the Constitution, and say how that was put into place.
We need to learn that shit. We need to know that shit, like our individual human rights.
We don't need those tiny little details about those fun facts that they want to teach us. We don't need the fun facts later on in life. School is supposed to be learning to be able to live in your life. Honestly, if you feel like learning all the history, say you want to be a history teacher, go ahead. That is your thing. Yeah, but that is your career. You're learning more, so you can do that career.
Okay, yeah. That's individualizing the career. The problem with our school system is they don't individualize career. They want you to know everything about everything and then throw you through a career. And 95% of everything you know drops. You don't need to know any of that shit for the rest of your fucking lives.
Which is all the pointless waste of time.
It is.
Honestly,
it's the biggest waste of time in your life is high school.
Some of the shit's good. It gives you more views on multiple different things. So, like, right now, all the stuff that we have and we're able to rant on about different things. But, we don't need those little details and fun facts, honestly. But no, the school system is definitely necessary in the way it does things. The rules they set in place, are for reasons.
They make it way too more advanced on what you gotta learn.
Yes, that's their
bring
flaw.
It too far.
That is their one flaw.
They bring it
Otherwise,
too far.
They're doing exactly what they're here to do, which is help you be able to go into your future careers.
Like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, basically all through middle school, or like right through elementary school, is when you start learning all this basic stuff. You start learning how to do pluses this and multiply this and divide that. Which
all that's necessary.
That's all that's necessary to live a plain full life. So you don't have to feel stupid and pull out a calculator to do what 2 times 14 is. I mean, come on, everybody. But you should be able to do that quickly in your head.
Yeah.
Just learn multiplications. The 12 by 12 table, sure.
But we don't need those giant equations for. Say we want to buy groceries. Do we really need that equations?
We don't need
to be able to find out how much milk we want.
Like we don't need 16 watermelons, 19 chocolates, and freaking what else? Like 27 strawberries, and you got to figure out like how to distribute it.
You don't have to figure out the square root of any of that.
All right, you don't really need to figure. Okay, most of the time you don't need to know the square root of anything in life except maths.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think of something that's you need the square root for. I mean, it's pretty basic, so I mean, I figured it'd be somewhere where you'd be naturally applicable. Splitting something.
Oh, another place you'll need math is construction.
Construction.
Yeah. For all the measuring and doing all that shit.
Yeah, dude, I was in what's it called? You know that science class that's all about it starts with an A, I think.
Chemistry?
No, chemistry. It was about constructing and stuff. What was I in?
I don't know that one. I don't know what
digital
you were in.
No, it wasn't digital tools. It was I'm trying to think of it.
Never mind. Anyways, so in a blunt way of saying it, they go too far in their details and high in what we need or what they think we need to learn. But honestly, they are there for a reason.
They are, but the biggest thing they lack is if they trade off the too far into everything, like especially math and science, and trade it out for learning how to do financials and your basic human rights. That should be what history is. English should be financial aid, building.
So what you're saying?
Houses and stuff.
So what you're saying is cut down all the unnecessary further details because some of us don't want to be scientists and all, and use that time for all this financial aid and learning how to live your life without being some guy who lives on the street because he didn't know how to pay his bills.
Exactly. Or I know this sounds like a bad one, but how to file a divorce paper.
That's a big one. That's a.
Well, I'm just trying to list like all those little extra. That should be something you should talk to your lawyer about.
Yes.
So never mind. You
should learn how to get learns about that on his own.
You know how to get a lawyer? You know how to get a lawyer?
I actually don't.
Exactly. You should know how to get a lawyer in case like criminal charges get pressed against you. You don't know what the fuck to do, and you end up getting charges pressed against you, even though you were completely innocent. You could have just gotten a lawyer and they're like, oh fuck, charge calling me. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, where are you guys at?
We're a little off the trail. We're ranting and stuff.
Okay, are you guys gonna come back for dinner?
Yes, we'll be there in a little bit.
Alright, what do you guys want?
Whatever that thing you were making.
There's watermelon, macaroni salad, and tortellini.
Watermelon, macaroni. We're good.
That choice.
Okay, you want all three?
Yes, please.
Alright.
Thank you.
Alright.
Bye.
Well, that was an interesting interruption.
Yes, it was. Oh, that was it. I got a text from McKenna saying food.
Okay, anyway. So, we're going to finish this up right now. I'm going to say this. Take out the necessary details.
Unnecessary details.
Take out the unnecessary details and put in all the actual housing and financials and bills. And then we would be a lot more easier off in life. But, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, really.
Otherwise, I'd say this thing. School is essential. Do not stop going to school.
Even as bad as it is right now, compared to what it should be, it's still very important and what you need. Also, if you can't get a high school degree, you can't really get a job. So, see ya.
There we go.